Hello everyone, this is Haley Skywalker 2, and today I'm going to be posting up my reaction to Star Wars The Force Awakens. I didn't want to do it immediately after the movie because I wanted to give a lot of people a lot of time to watch it, so just beware, spoiler alerts if you haven't seen it. I might also, if I have time, I'll discuss some of the comic books and books that followed Force Awakens, but let's get started. So, Star Wars The Force Awakens came out December 18th, 2015. Like many, I went and saw it December 17th, and at my local theater it was showing at 7:15, I think 7:15 or 7:30 p.m. And yes, I went to see it, and I was dressed as Luke Skywalker. It was a blast, and I really did enjoy it. Now, I do have to say, it felt a little bit like A New Hope, and a little bit like Return of the Jedi. Like, it had the feel of the original trilogy in it. Now, a few speculations. So, the big speculation is about Rey. Everybody wants to know, is Rey Luke's daughter? Or is Rey, who is she? And, yes, I do speculate with everybody who says that Rey is Luke Skywalker's daughter, but I do have to say there's a possibility she's not, and I won't be let down. Honestly, I'm kind of looking forward to the next one just to see, what happened? Who's her daddy? You know. I was also really shocked. I mean, I wasn't shocked that Kylo Ren was Han and Leia's son. I knew that. I didn't know that, but deep down, I could feel it. Strong in the Force, I could feel. And I still haven't accepted the fact that a major character died. Spoiler alert, big time. Was really bummed out that Han Solo died. But I expected I expected something was gonna happen to Han, as Harrison Ford was really big into press this year. He was more happy and extremely enthusiastic about the new film, and I was thinking, wow, he's a little too enthusiastic. Something must be about to happen. And it did happen. He did die. And to be honest, a lot of people say otherwise, but I think that was a crappy way for him to die. Getting stabbed by a lightsaber, by his son, come on, Han Solo knows a lot. Han Solo isn't dumb, and I just feel like he could have gone out much better. I would have liked to seen him die in carbonite than see him die this way. But I wouldn't. I wouldn't like to see him die in carbonite, because I really liked him in Return of the Jedi. And so, there are a few things. I don't know if it was like that in everybody's theater, but in my theater, everybody screamed and hollered and cried at different scenes, such as when obviously the main theme, Star Wars, and they started playing the Star Wars theme, which I'm not gonna hum, which I really want to. When that came on, the whole theater erupted. I was screaming, I was crying, everybody was standing up, cheering. It was amazing. And then you see, they did start off with a ship, but I was a little bummed at the direction of the ship. Usually the ship's overhead, in A New Hope. The ship's coming overhead. Instead, it was coming diagonal, or whatever this direction is. I don't know if I'm saying. I'm just kind of spinning off words here. So if I'm saying wrong words, just ignore me, please. Thank you. So when the ship came up like that, I was excited because they did start off with a ship like they do in other movies. And then, all the music was beautiful. John Williams did such an amazing job with this. I just finally broke open the soundtrack, which is not in here. It's downstairs, because I live in a upstairs house. But anyways, so what else happened in Star Wars? There were a good lot of scenes, when people screamed when the Millennium Falcon came. When you saw the Millennium Falcon and you hear Rey calling it a piece of junk and stuff like that, I thought that was funny because, Luke called it like a piece of junk, basically, and I think she said something like trash bucket or something. I don't know. I can't remember what she said. I saw the movie twice. Still don't know all the lines to it. Then, let's see. I, like everybody else, was sitting there watching for that one action figure that came out, which is in this room, but I don't know where it is. The one action figure was released that was... the person was not in the film. Like, nobody ever saw him. And I watched the movie twice and couldn't find him either. So, I mean, that was cool. I can't remember what his name is at the moment, but many fans should know. And also was pretty bummed that Captain Phasma didn't have a lot of screen time. I thought she was going to be awesome. But I learned, this was like a theory that was posted, but I think it's a pretty accurate theory, that Disney was trying to do with Captain Phasma what happened with Boba Fett. Boba Fett didn't have a lot of screen time. He didn't have a lot of lines. And, I mean, everybody loves Boba Fett. Boba Fett is awesome. So I think Disney was trying to do that with Captain Phasma by making her, like, giving her limited screen time, limited lines, and just her armor and stuff made her badass. But I also have been seeing lines about, like, memes about that the flamethrower trooper person. I'm sorry, I can't remember his name. It's a flamethrower trooper, something like that. And when he comes and he's like about to beat up Finn, like when he beats up Finn on that one planet, which I feel really, really bad because I can't think of these names. When all that happened, he became like the #1 trooper and not Captain Phasma. Another thing, people who are speculating about Poe, if you actually, it's a little snip, can't get the word to come out, but just a little detail about his life. He was he wasn't in it, but he was mentioned in the comic book series called Star Wars Shattered Empire, which is canon. So, okay, spoiler alert, his parents were in the comic book series, like his mom was the main character. So, we think that's his mom because she does make a reference to, I should have grabbed the comic book. She does say something along the line of, yes, I spoke to my father and Poe, and something about her husband, but Poe is, like, I think Poe's, like, supposed to be, like, a newborn or something around that time. So, he's in the Shattered Empire comic. Now, that's the only Star Wars comics I have read so far with Shattered Empire. I do have pretty much all the comics, not really up to date. I'm missing a few. I just realized out of the main Star Wars line, I need to catch up with that. Okay, sorry. Comic books is not The Force Awakens. Okay, sorry. So, The Force Awakens. The ending, okay? If you're like staying around for this all 8 minutes, you're doing great. But the ending was spectacular. It wasn't spectacular, but I was satisfied. Like, I was screaming and crying because Luke Skywalker is here! Yes! Yes, yes, yes! When you just say, so many thoughts are just going through my head still. But when he was on the screen, when he turned around and took his hood off, I just, wanted to start crying. Like, I was crying, and I was screaming, and I was so happy. But I just really wish they would have gave him more lines, more screen time, more something. Because I just feel like that little piece of that little segment right there, I felt like it was awkward. Like, it was just super awkward. In my opinion, it was awkward. A little exchange between him and Rey. So that's why I feel like I feel like Luke isn't looking at the lightsaber. He's looking, because, okay, in the scene, if you are just watching this just for the heck of it and you've not seen the movie, Rey is holding out the lightsaber that Obi-Wan gave Luke back in A New Hope. It's like Anakin's original lightsaber. Rey is holding that out for Luke to take because she's trying to return the lightsaber to him. But I feel like Luke is sitting there not looking at the lightsaber, but looking at her face, and thinking, I recognize this face. Who is she? And he's sitting there, but he knows who she is because, like, he's so powerful in the Force that he has foreseen that she's going to come to him. That's why he's on this island in the first place, is he knows that somebody's going to come and find him eventually, and it's going to be her, or at least somebody important. So I think he's just kind of thinking about who she is. I think, like go back with the speculation to think that if she is Luke's daughter, then I have a few questions. Why would he leave her on a planet? I mean, I get it for her own safety, but if you look back at the vision, she was left at a really young age there. I mean, I don't think Luke would do that, to leave his daughter on a planet at a very young age by herself. And also in the vision, you see like her caretakers are being taken away by the Empire. It leaves a lot of questions. I mean, I can see it being like, okay, this might get a little weird, but like if Luke was with somebody and she got pregnant, but he had left her, like, so she moved on to somebody, I can see that happening. Like, this child, Rey is his daughter, but he didn't know that she existed because he left. Make sense? I think that makes sense. I mean, it makes sense to me. And so but then you gotta think, how old is Kylo Ren, whose real name is Ben? How old is he then? How old is he when Rey is taken? They can't be too much old. There cannot be too much of a difference in age because they both look about the same age-ish. So who is the Empire at that time? Is it that Snoke dude? Let's not even talk about him. That's a whole nother video, is who is Snoke? Like, you think. There's a lot of speculation. We just have to look forward to the next movie coming out in 2017. Right now, we have the next movie coming out, which is Star Wars Rogue One, which comes out in December of this year. I can talk for hours about Force Awakens, but I'm going to go ahead and click it out because it's been 13 minutes, and it's a long video. So, may the Force with you. Don't forget to be awesome. And I'm probably going to be posting another video after this one. I think actually I have another video that I have still saved that I was supposed to post over the summer, but I forgot. So here's just one little video. I'm going to be posting another one. It's going to kind of be about some other things. Might not be related to Star Wars. I don't know. Let's just see how things go. Alright, well, bye guys!